On Thursday night, the installed President of the United States, Joe Obama, delivered an address that was supposed to be this inspiring rally cry to celebrate the fact that 1 year into coronavirus, we almost kind of sort of got it, but there's still more pain and suffering ahead. But hey, if you do good, if you do what we tell you, maybe by the 4th of July, we might let you have someone come over to your house.
If we do this together, by July the 4th, there's a good chance you, your families and friends will be able to get together in your backyard or in your neighborhood and have a cookout or a barbecue and celebrate Independence Day. That doesn't mean large events with lots of people together, but it does mean small groups will be able to get together. After this long, hard year, that will make this Independence Day something truly special, where we not only mark our independence as a nation, but we begin to mark our independence from this virus.
I feel like I've heard this before. I feel like what they were going here was a big cinematic moment, a rallying cry for the world. Now, why would I think that this speech was that disingenuous that somebody thought that a cheap cliche was actually going to be a rallying cry for the American people? Where on earth could Team Biden have gotten that from?
Perhaps it's fate that today is the 4th of July, and you will once again be fighting for our freedom. Not from tyranny, oppression, or persecution, but from annihilation. We're fighting for our right to live, to exist. And should we win the day, the 4th of July will no longer be known as an American holiday, but as the day when the world declared in one voice, we will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanish without a fight. We're going to live on. We're going to survive. Today, we celebrate our Independence Day.
Yeah, they really are that pathetic. In his Twilight Zone speech, Joe Obama rambled on, and basically you would think that he rolled up his sleeves in a lab somewhere and came up with the vaccine, completely ignoring everything that the Trump administration did. In fact, in reality, if we actually had a media that did its job, if we actually had true investigative reporting, if we actually had real fact checkers, his speech should have been lit up with Pinocchios by the fact checkers. Bottom line, everything that Mr. Biden says that he's going to do to defeat this virus was already done by the previous administration. When he talks about putting America on a wartime footing so that we can get things done faster, Trump did that. That's why the Ford Motor Company started building ventilators immediately. It's why other companies began immediately manufacturing face masks. It's why distilleries went into the hand sanitizer business, etc., etc., etc. And here we are. A year later, I can find toilet paper, lots of hand sanitizer. In fact, it's easier for me to find hand sanitizer now than it is my favorite coffee creamer at the supermarket. And no, that's not hyperbole. And I didn't just make that up to share it on this video. It's true, and it's kind of irritating me that the brand coffee creamer that I like to use, I can hardly ever find now. But hey, they've got toilet paper and hand sanitizer up the wazoo. That said, the vaccines that we have right now, and another one that's coming, yes, it's the booster. What do you mean? Booster. Yes, there's a vaccine booster, because though the media is trying to suppress this information, apparently there are a number of people, lots of people, that have gotten vaccinated, had no trouble with coronavirus, had managed for a year to dodge something that has a 99.3% recovery rate, and they got the vaccine, and within a week or two of getting the vaccine, got the virus. And so it's come out because it says happened to a couple of famous people, and of course, that leaks out into the celeb news. Well, apparently, there's a lot more than just a couple of people this has happened to. In fact, it's so bad that now there is a booster available. So you get the vaccine, and then you've got to get the booster. So we've gone from 2 shots to 3 shots. This is never going to stop, right? This is an absolute exercise in futility. When they talk about, Dr. Fauci Stein, the fear monger, over the weekend, now is not the time to lift the COVID restrictions. This could be deadly. Everything with this guy is deadly. Last year, Easter was deadly. Newsflash, Fauci. We're having regular Easter services at our church. We did the whole parking lot thing a year ago. That ain't happening again. We're inside and we're taking communion. Deal with it. Christmas was going to kill us. Thanksgiving was going to kill us. Mr. President, Mr. Fauci, you two nutcases may be sitting in your basements, not getting together with friends and family. The rest of us, we are. And we have been for quite a while. And you know what? Amazingly, we're okay. The country's okay. But I know if the pandemic ever ends, then the usefulness of Fauci is over. And he's gotten real addicted to doing those daily TV interviews on every news channel, every 2-watt radio station in the country. He is totally addicted to the fame. He is a paparazzi whore at this point. He loves this fawning, fanning attention. Do you understand that in real life, the science nerd, the guy that really couldn't get the girl because he ran the classroom movie projector, now he's being treated like a rock star? Do you understand this is something that kind of is the rallying cry for Nerds Unite? And so he just keeps this over-the-top line. Now, you've got even people on the left saying, well, we do believe that he has an overabundance of caution. No, it's not an overabundance of caution. This little dictatorial wannabe authoritarian has become absolutely intoxicated with the sound of his own voice and the authority that he is able to yield. And I don't ever remember electing Anthony Fauci to anything. I don't ever remember voting for him to be our health czar, our all-encompassing, he is the expert, bullhawk. He's a liar. He is a narcissist, and this is totally the ramblings of an egomaniacal maniac holding us hostage. And his weapon of choice is the face mask. I think he gets off watching people in muzzles. I think he absolutely goes out of his house and he sees that, and I think he honestly gets a perverse form of gratification from seeing that. I really do. This is one sick, twisted sister. And now, we're being told that you can't lift the restrictions. You know why they're saying that? Because it's working in Texas. It's working in Florida. But wait a minute, Pastor, you remember last summer they started lifting restrictions everywhere and the plague broke out even worse and we had this spike. It was terrible. Okay, let's do real science for a moment, shall we, boys and girls? What happened was really pretty simple. It was actually proof that lockdowns not only don't work, you ready for this? They make the problem worse. This whole shut it all down to slow the spread does not stop the spread, it just slows the spread. So when you keep messing with it, when you keep stunting it, all you actually do is prolong it and you just drag it out. It's like having something stuck in your arm. And instead of just pulling it out, you pull it out an inch at a time, and then you wait a few days, and then you pull out another inch, and you wait a few days. Well, while you're doing that, number one, it's getting infected. It really hurts, and if you would just pull it out, you could be done with it. If we had just allowed real, natural herd immunity to happen, we would be over this by now. It would be in the rearview mirror, and it would be a blip in history. Now, I realize that there are people who have died, and there are family members who loved the people who died. And I'm not trying to be cavalier about this. I'm not trying to be uncaring or unfeeling about this. I live in a state, 17,000 people have supposedly died of this virus. Those were 17,000 people, 17,000 families, 17,000 souls. But there's 12 million of us in this state. And I'm sorry. On what other planet and with what other sickness would we put 12 million people under house arrest so that less than 1% of the population that was fatally affected by it? What are we doing? What are we doing? And the president out there, his whole plan is vaccinate, vaccinate, as fast as you can, vaccinate. Well, they don't know quite what to do, the fact that they're getting a lot of blowback. And not just from people like me, but even people from their side of the aisle.
I need you to get vaccinated when it's your turn and when you can find an opportunity.
No, I don't trust it.
I will not relent until we beat this virus. But I need you.
I'm not getting, no, I don't trust it. There, I said it. I don't trust it.
I need you.
I'm not getting the vaccine.
I need every American to do their part.
No, I'm not getting the vaccine. No.
And to help your family, your friends, your neighbors get vaccinated as well.
And I'm not saying that you shouldn't get the vaccine, everybody watching. I'm just saying I'm not getting the vaccine.
If we do all this, if we do our part, your families and friends will be able to get together in your backyard or in your neighborhood and have a cookout and a barbecue and celebrate Independence Day.
I'm not getting the vaccine.
Oh, and hey, if you live in New York, according to Mayor Bill de Blasio, the embattled governor, Andrew Cuomo, has been calling up all of the county supervisors to find out if they support him or not under all of these investigations over the sexual harassment. In other words, as he's supposed to be calling county leaders to set up distribution of the vaccine throughout New York, apparently your county getting the vaccine is now directly tied to, do you support him as governor? And that's precious. President Joe Obama and his speechwriting team are going to prolong the agony of this virus in perpetuity, indefinitely. And thank God there are places like Texas that have said, we're wide open. By the way, Major League Baseball, our Texas Rangers on opening day, we're opening the stadium to full capacity. Boom! It is about time every governor, especially you red state governors, stop being rhinos. Mike DeWine in Ohio, I'm probably looking at you right now, Mr. DeWine. It's time to rescind your overreach of executive order and let my people go. It is time for freedom to flourish. That is the true definition of the 4th of July, which the liberal left hate. And now they're trying to hijack it as some type of new humanitarian global holiday that we beat coronavirus. Sounds like the plot to a really bad movie, doesn't it? Hey, that's it for this rant. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you give us a thumbs up and a like. Subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost anything. It's absolutely free. Subscribe to the channel. As my subscriptions go up, whether YouTube likes it or not, my algorithm kind of goes up too until they suppress it. So help me get those numbers up. Help me get this stuff out there. Make sure you smack the bell and click the word all to get notification of my next rant.